Hello. My next children's book, Christmas Past, is not ready yet. So I've got it written and I'll upload it to KDP and Ingram Spark, but it's not. I don't have a copy yet. Anyway, what I thought I would do today is instead the title of the next children's book is Christmas Past. The poem Christmas Past is in my book, Waiting for the Morning, which I wrote about 25 years ago now, which was really came from my website, A Year to Remember. But, and for the children's books, I don't need the reading glasses, but for this book, I'm going to need them. Okay, Christmas Past. Oh, the days of Christmas past. How I wish them here again. Sitting in Daddy's lap, holding Mama's hand. Through school days and church Christmas plays, off to college and back again. There always was family. There always was home. There always was Christmas back then. And that the poem is not going to be the complete text of the book. I wrote a narrative for the book, and I just included the poem at the end because I thought it might be a little bit sad to have as a complete text of a book for children. So I just wrote about things, uh, our traditions, how we did things, the decorations, the food. So next week, hopefully, I'll have that book and can read it. But as well as the poem, I'm going to read a little bit from my journal around Christmas time of 1994. Goodness gracious, that's 31 years ago. When I was first started out when my mother was in the summer. No, it was in the early fall, I think, at the end of the summer of that year. So I was with her through two Christmases, just barely, but this was from the first Christmas that I was with her. So Thursday, December 1st, 1994. We were up at 4:30 a.m. after my mother questioned me for an hour. Do we have to stay in this place? Is anybody going to come and let us out of here? It seemed she got cold and couldn't sleep. She doesn't like me to have the heater on in the bedroom at night. She's afraid I'm going to burn the house down. I did have it on from about midnight till about 3 a.m., but then I saw her getting restless and I turned it off, fearing she would be upset with me for having it on. And these were these gas wall heaters that we had in the old farmhouse back home. So now she's sitting bent over her chair, looking like she's about to fall out of it as she sleeps. I dread morning after her having slept like that. I dread the confusion that it may bring on. Saturday, December 3rd, 1994. My mother stayed in bed for only 4 hours tonight. In bed at 7 p.m. and up at 11 p.m. She had complained of a leg ache at bedtime, but when she got up at 11 p.m., and again, when I asked a few minutes ago, she said she wasn't hurting. Her reason for getting up was that she couldn't stay there, just couldn't sleep in bed. She's been asleep in her chair most of the time so far, except when she got up to go to the bathroom a few minutes ago. I don't much mind being up tonight. It gives me time to do things I was afraid I wouldn't have time to do. Ah, tomorrow I'm doing a Christmas tree decorating dinner, having the family here, this time for Sunday dinner. I had been afraid I wouldn't have time to do everything. With getting my mother and myself ready in the morning, handling any confusion or even catastrophic reactions she may have. So this way I get a head start. I put the ham in the oven, made a congealed salad that's now chilling in the refrigerator. I may make a pear salad in a few minutes. Maybe a tossed salad too. Maybe I can get it all done, except that I don't think I can stand smelling beans and peas cooking until after breakfast. And the potatoes will be better done later too. Any noise I make doesn't seem to bother my mother. Sometimes she seems to sleep better in her chair if there's a little noise going on in the kitchen. I was just about too excited to sleep anyway. Couldn't go to sleep myself until around 9 p.m. I had just went to sleep at sea when my mother got up. So I really don't mind tonight. I'll keep running on the caffeine and my Diet Cola until our Sunday get together is over, and then I'll take it easy on Monday. Sunday, December 4th, 1994. It's 1:45 a.m. now, and the dinner is coming along. The ham is baking, and 2 salads are in the refrigerator. My mother slept through all of it until just now when I sat down. She got up and mumbled about cooking something, and I don't think she understood anything I said when I asked her if she needed to go to the bathroom or if she needed something. She got up, said she was looking for something to cook. I turned on the overhead light. She said she couldn't find it. She would just have to cook the others. She fumbled with a robe, which had been wrapped around her shoulders, and with her leg wraps, attempting to fold them and lay them aside. Then she sat back down and went to sleep again. I'm glad this happened tonight instead of a few nights ago when it was colder. I didn't have the heaters on when she woke up, but now it's nice and warm in here. That's good because she wouldn't let me put her robe on her. So I just put it around her shoulders. Now she's sitting there in her gown with neither her robe nor her wrap. I'm glad it's one of her warmest gowns. I asked when she was awake if she wanted to wrap over her legs, and she replied, "No, leave it alone." I think it would have been said again with an exclamation mark if I had persisted. I guess my mother was having a dream about cooking, perhaps because she knew I was cooking and was acting it out. I'm glad she didn't go to the kitchen to actually try to cook. It's better to go along with her. Telling her it's just a dream doesn't do any good. Sometimes she will nod her head when I say that, and then she will say something like, "Well, he said he was going to pick me up," obviously referring to someone in her dreams. Okay, I'm going to put a marker right here, and the next entry is December the 10th. So we'll wait a little while longer before we read that one. And maybe the children's book will be ready next week. Anyway, that's in Waiting for the Morning, A Mother and Daughter's Journey Through Alzheimer's Disease. The book I published almost 25 years ago now. Uh, and I am I'm going to stop the children's books for a little while and try to work on a second edition of this because it has my second husband that I was married to at the time, his name there at the end, and uh, it I stayed married to him at 8 years, but it it was a mistake, and yet it was like I've got a friend. When a friend was asking how I ended up in this part of the state, I told him that, and I said it was a mistake being with him, and yet he said all things work out for good. And I said, oh, I said Romans 8:28. So that this friend has been a real good friend of mine for around 10 years now, and he has walked in Alzheimer's for all that time. His aunt and his grandmother both had Alzheimer's, and anyway, this was our November 1st was my 28th year walking in memory of my brother. And okay, that's enough for now, and I'll be back next Friday, and maybe the children's book will be here. If not, we'll read a little more and Waiting for the Morning. And take care and have a good Merry Christmas. Talk to you later. Bye.